Bernie Sanders has announced his climate plan. So let's take a look at it, shall we? Sanders to unveil a $17 trillion climate plan, far more aggressive than rivals' proposals. All right, so let's dive into this. Bernie Sanders has laid out an ambitious 10-year, $16.3 trillion national mobilization to avert climate catastrophe. That's a mouthful, isn't it? He'll unveil this proposal today, right? This is from today, I believe. Yeah. He'll unveil it today in Paradise, California. Now, that was one of the towns that was devastated by the wildfires. So he's releasing a specific proposal for limiting the pollution from cars, power plants, and other human activities that are heating the planet. Sanders' plans would reach for 100% renewable power for both electricity and transportation, which are the top two contributors to climate change in the U.S., according to this Guardian article. And he's reaching for that 100% renewable power and electricity and transportation by 2030, aiming for complete decarbonization by 2050. He says he would expand public ownership of power companies and make electricity virtually free by 2035. By comparison, Joe Biden, who you can find on a landline phone at Joe Biden 3033033, just type that into your Morse code machine, you'll get him. You'll get him directly. By comparison, Joe Biden, the former vice president, yeah, we all know who he is, has proposed spending $1.7 trillion to neutralize the country's carbon emissions by 2050. Tomato, tomato. One guy wants to completely change it by 2030 and invest everything necessary to make that happen. One guy's like, we can do 1.7 trillion. And by 2050, some people might not be driving gasoline cars. Keep in mind, during the Carter administration, they said we were going to be off fossil fuels by the year 2000. That was the goal back in the 70s and 80s. Then Reagan came along and was like, that's not important. This trickle-down thing's going to work. Tomato, tomato. Joe Biden's plan, wow. Joe Biden's plan makes incrementalism sound ambitious. That's how weak Joe Biden's plan is. Let's get his wife again. Let's get Joe Biden's wife, Jill Biden. By the way, apparently she wants you to call her Dr. Jill. Somebody in the YouTube comments said, Ron, she likes it when you call her Dr. Jill. Dr. Jill. I stumbled on that one. She likes it when you call her Dr. Jill. I don't care. Jill Biden, Joe Biden's wife. We can call her Dr. Biden. That's fine. But anyway, let's get her up there to say, Joe Biden, I know Bernie might be better on climate change. I know you guys, I respect the fact that some of you want to live on this planet. But according to these cherry-pick landline polls, people want Joe Biden. We know he's suckier, but people want him. He'll beat Trump. Come on. Why not? Sure, shrug. That should just be the official Joe Biden campaign slogan should just be shrug, because he has no idea why he's running. His wife has no idea why he's running. Nobody has any clue why he's running. His campaign realized he's incapable of raising his poll numbers. And hey, Joe, your climate change plan isn't ambitious enough. We need to do something or we're not going to be on this planet anymore. Your children and grandchildren are not going to have a freaking future on this planet. Shrug. So Sanders actually has a plan. Sanders has a real plan. Let's see if there's anything else to this. All right, blah, 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 blah. Now, Jay Inslee he dropped off. We all know Jay Inslee dropped off. All right, yeah, this is just more about the 2020. Yeah, we don't need to rehash all this stuff. But so here's the meat of the plan. We'll rehash that real quick before moving on to something else. Sanders' plan will reach 100% renewable power for both electricity and transportation by 2030. 100% renewable power for electricity and transportation by 2030. By 2035, they're going to invest more in public infrastructure for electricity to make it virtually free by 2035. Virtually free. It's going to be 3 years old by 2035. Electricity will turn 3. It'll have its third birthday. That makes zero sense. Virtually free by 2035, aiming for complete decarbonization by 2050. That's a real climate plan. That's a real one. Not, well, we're going to spend about 1.7 trillion. And by 2050, maybe like only 5 out of every 6 people will have gasoline powered vehicles. Yeah, that's not a plan, Joe. That's not a plan. Just like you're not really a candidate.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your